The hard thing for me was that even though I'd struggled for years, I just thought, well, there must be something wrong with my spiritual life. I mean, I was the co-host of the 700 Club, but I felt this weight of sadness, just this overwhelming hopelessness. So I thought, well, Lord, what am I doing wrong? I mean, at one point I fasted and prayed for 21 days and just said, Lord, if you'll show me anything that's wrong, then I'll put it right. But I just got worse and worse and worse. And finally, literally fell apart one day live on national television. And a friend of mine, Dr. Henry Cloud, talked to some doctors in Washington and said, we need to have her in hospital by tonight. But something I've never told anyone is that driving from Virginia Beach to Washington to that hospital, I actually stopped at the ocean, first of all, because my dad killed himself by drowning when he was 34. And I was 34. And I remember getting out of the car, and the last thing that someone from the 700 Club had said to me, they said, Sheila, you don't go to this hospital. If people know you've been in a psych hospital, no one will ever trust you again. And I said, look, I'm not trying to save my ministry. I'm trying to save my life here. But I remember walking right up to the edge of the ocean and thinking, Lord, I just want to keep walking. You know, nobody around me knows what's wrong, but I'm not waving, I'm drowning. And I literally just wanted to keep walking and let the waves wash over me. And really, the only thing that stopped me was the thought of my mother getting another call from a doctor saying, once more, someone you loved has disappeared under the water. But I'll never forget that very first night in that psych hospital. I literally felt as if I'd gone to hell. I mean, and I remember praying. Have you ever prayed prayers that you're so grateful today that God didn't answer?
Sure.
You know, I prayed, Lord, if there's 1 ounce of mercy, 1 ounce of mercy left in your heart for me, please take me home. I can't do this. Because I felt so ashamed. I mean, to be a Christian leader in a psych hospital was just, I mean, there's such a stigma attached to any kind of mental illness. And I thought, I don't think I'll ever recover from this. And, you know, when you're admitted as a patient, they take all your stuff away, your belt, your hose, your hair dryer, your makeup, anything you could hurt yourself with. And I didn't even get into the bed. I sat in the corner of the room all night, and I felt so lost. But I have to tell you today, all these years later, I thank God with every fiber of my being that he took me to that place. Because it's like, there's so many people now, people watching in right now, who have family members who are struggling themselves, who think there's no hope, there's no help. I'm a Christian, I can't talk to anybody about this, and I want people to know there is help, there is hope, there is healing, there is joy, there's new life. But we just need to, that's why I'm so grateful to you both for letting us talk about the things that are crippling the church.